What's up, guys? Welcome back to another... Wow, I haven't done this in a while. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Accepting All Trades. I know it's been a while, okay? Last one was at the All-Star break, so it's been about a month, and you guys haven't really seen my face for a while. On GoPro videos, you don't really see my face. You do see it on Twitch. If you don't follow me on there, follow me on Twitch. Okay, anyways, guys, so we're back, and we're better than ever here with updated rosters and a new Accepting All Trades video. What could be better than that? Alright, so let's get into this thing. As you can tell by the title, by the team on the board, we are doing the Boston Bruins, okay? They had a very interesting kind of setup to this year. I didn't really know whether they were going to rebuild, whether they're on the decline, but apparently they just needed some time just to, you know, get themselves back on track. This young talent that they have, Tuukka playing unreal, you guys like Charlie McAvoy, Marchand, still elite, Bergeron, healthy Krejci, those guys are so good, and the Bruins are looking real good going into the 2018 playoffs. So I'm sure by now you guys know the drill, you know how it works. I'm going to set up this career, and then let's jump into it. So one thing that we are going to turn off is morale. As you saw in the All-Star episodes, when our top players, you know, high overall players were playing on the third and fourth lines, their overalls were dropping drastically. So, yeah, we're going to turn that off to just reduce the amount of, you know, player overall movement, and we'll see how it goes. As always, guys, be sure to let me know how you think that the Boston Bruins are going to do this episode. Will they win the Stanley Cup, which we haven't done yet, and I mean, at this rate, I don't think we're ever going to do. Are they going to make the playoffs, or are they not even going to make the playoffs? Are they going to miss it entirely? So let me know in the poll above. So the trade block, similar to other episodes, we got the top 3 players, everything is surplus, and the wants, only players above 78 overall. No picks, because we want to win the cup this year. So looking at the lines that the Bruins have going into this season, Marchand, Bergeron, Pasternak, that's a very decent first line, as all you Bruins fans know. Doesn't get much better than that, to be honest. Second line, you got Rick Nash, a new acquisition, David Krejci, and Jake DeBrusk, also very solid. Gianta, the old-timer, 38 years old, with Backus and Wingle, so experienced grinding third line, I like it. And then Riley Nash, Heinen, and Tim Schaller to round out the forwards. On D, Chara McAvoy, that old and young pairing, Krug and Nick Holden, the new acquisition, and Carlo and McQuaid. So a pretty solid top 6, pretty solid team. And you can't forget Tuukka, starting in net 88 overall with Khudobin backing him up. Let's get a big trade here. Let's get a big trade. Come on. I'm waiting for the blockbuster of this series, okay? We've had some big ones, but I mean, nothing too memorable. I can't even recall what the biggest trade is, to be honest. So that tells you something. Oh my god. Which Nash is this? I'm pretty sure it's Riley Nash we're losing. I don't think Rick Nash should be paid $0.9 mil, so I'm confident that we're losing Riley Nash and a third-round pick to Edmonton in exchange for Mike Camilleri. That's got to be an upgrade, so I'm happy to take it. Trade incoming. Here it is. Oh, some familiar names, or just one, coming back to Boston. Johnny Boychuk and Andrew Ladd as well. It looks like the Islanders are selling this year, because they're getting a first round and a third round. That's actually a very good return for 2 older players, dumping a ton of cap on us, but that should only help our depth. Johnny Boychuk, welcome back. Another trade incoming. Here we go. Let's see it. Carl Alzner, another older defenseman with a ton of cap, coming to Boston in exchange for, Bruins fans, apologies, I think it's Anders Bjork. I think. I'm not going to look it up. You can judge me if I'm wrong, but we're losing the young kid. Okay, so after a month, I'm kind of disappointed by how we're playing. It's not the worst record, but we're just above 500. 18-17-2, 38 points. Now, we're definitely not out of the playoff race by any means. Tampa's actually killing it, though. 28-9-1. They already almost have 60 points. Wow. And then on terms of points, Bergeron's leading our team. The lineup looks a bit better than last time. So we picked up Camilleri, which pushed out, I forget, on the 4th line, but Gianta's there. Wingles as well, so Ladd pushed down DeBrusk as well. Defense got a little bit deeper with Alzner and Boychuk. Krug move up with Char apparently. McAvoy's down. I honestly think this team is underperforming. we're due for a big next 2 months of the season. Let's get it. As always, let's go right up to the trade deadline. Not quite past it. Trades usually come in bunches right before the trade deadline. And we've already had, I think, 3 so far, so pretty good. Here we go. Another trade. Please be a good one. Another old defenseman. Again from Montreal. Jeff Petrie, incoming. Tim Schaller, outgoing. He wasn't playing anyways. We're losing picks left and right, but they don't matter because we're trying to win right now. Whoa, that's a pretty big trade. Biggest of the episode for sure. We're losing Senyshyn and Nick Holden's going back to the Rangers. And we are picking up Matt Zuccarello after they've traded McDonough, Rick Nash, and Nick Holden back to his JT Miller. They trade all their team and Mark Stahl. So we have a ridiculous amount of older, like, top 6 defensemen on our team who are getting paid a crap ton. So they're lucky there's no salary cap, or else these trades wouldn't happen. But I'm hyped about that Zuccarello pickup. Hopefully that's the missing piece we needed. And it looks like a familiar face and doppelganger to yours truly, Chad Johnson, is going to Boston in exchange for Tommy Wingels. Not a big trade. So I told you they're coming fast and furious now. The trade deadline's coming up. And we're bringing in more assets. Whoa, this trade, another big one. Rick Nash, this is definitely Rick Nash this time, is going back to where it all started on Columbus in exchange for Jack Johnson, who I actually thought would have been moved at this year's actual trade deadline. So it looks like Columbus actually wanted to make the move that everyone was hoping for, get Jack Johnson out, bring Rick Nash back in. And we're getting Matt Calvert as well for a depth forward. We're losing Charnik. He wasn't on our team anyways. That's a big one. Our D is deeper than the ocean at this point. My God, so many trades. I love this. Blake Como, welcome to the team. Oh my God, another one. Chris Weidman, a young defenseman. Get out of here, Adam McQuaid. We don't need you. That's probably it for the trades. Let's go through, and then let's check up this completely new look Boston Bruins team. Actually, hold on. There's something not quite right here. You know what? Let me see what I can do for you Bruins fans, because there's something that's a little bit off this episode. Let me try and change that. Yeah, hopefully it helps. Okay, so looking at the standings now, we've shot up actually. It's still super competitive. There's no way in hell anyone's catching Tampa at this point. They've got 19 games to play, and they're already almost at 100 points. So we're sitting at 68. A decent record for sure. Bergeron's still leading the team. He's just above point per game, which is good to see. Thank you, Patrice. Now I'm sure what you all been waiting for, the lineup. Okay, so first line still has not been changed, which is good. No complaints there. I mean, I'm sure they're killing it. Bergie's above point per game. That's something good. Camilleri, Krejci, and Zuccarello. There we go. Finally, a left shot on the right wing. I think he'll do wonders for this team. Andrew Ladd, David Backes, DeBrusk, Como, Heinen, and Calvert. So yeah, our forward core definitely got better over the course of the year. Let's look at our defense. It also did get better. McAvoy keeps growing. He's back in the top line. Krug and Boychuk, oh baby, what a pair. And Jack Johnson and Jeff Petrie to round it out. So solid depth all around. And of course, Tuukka is still holding strong back there. Tuukka and Khudobin, no changes necessary there. I'm happy. Let's go to the playoffs. Oh no, big win here. Oh, really close if we make the playoffs. This is it. Oh, I don't know. We didn't do that well near the end. The sim, it's still simming. Yes, we made the playoffs. And of course, what did you expect? Of course we're playing the freaking Montreal Canadiens. Of course. Of course. So let's see how close it was, because I think it was very close. So it actually wasn't as close as I thought it would. I mean, it looks like the Metro, understandably, was the better division. So only 3 teams got out from ours. Florida, we just beat out by 4 points. Metro Penguins, 105 points. You have Carolina. There you go. Surprising. Capitals did not make the playoffs, so we won't even have a chance to poke fun at them for not getting past the second round. They didn't even make the playoffs. So looking at the Western Conference, Winnipeg dominated. Same with St. Louis. Nashville, Minnesota, Arizona. Why? How? I don't get it. Arizona. Colorado missed out in the playoffs, even though they had more points than Vegas. Vegas made the playoffs, man. It's going to be interesting. Let's see how they do in this sim. There's the point getters on our team. The first line is the top 3, no surprises. Patrice Bergeron is point per game. He is elite. Marchand, 35 points, leading goal scorer. So those two, that's almost 70 goals between them. That's pretty nuts if you ask me. Camilleri, Torrey Krug, wow, 49 points. Kid was unreal. McAvoy, he's 88 overall with only 25 points. Man, it's not medium elite really does help. Doesn't really matter how many points you get. Looking at the entire league, you got Stamkos, Crosby, Kucherov, Tavares, Kessel. So Bergie wasn't too far off. I mean, he was pretty far off from Stammer at the top, but finishes in the top 10. Just ahead of Ovi, actually. So we only had one 50 goal scorer this year, and it was actually John Tavares. Just the defenseman, Bernsey, Carlson, Keith, Ekman, Larson, Klingberg, no surprises in the defenseman. And in terms of the goalie stats, Vasilevsky, again, true to life, man. Same with Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck's playing well this year in real life as well. So got the most wins, did Vasilevsky. In terms of save percentage, Doobie was there, not far off Vasilevsky. And goals against, we want the lowest, Vasilevsky. So I think Vasi's got the Vezina all locked up. Before we start the playoff sim, let's show you the tree here. Blues and Preds. Should be an interesting series. A couple of, rivalries that haven't really existed in the past that could, come to play. Jets Stars won, San Jose Vegas. Obviously, nobody really has a playoff rivalry with Vegas. Coyotes and Wild. In the East, the Hurricanes and the Flyers, the Pens and the Jackets, the Habs and the Bruins, and Tampa and the Devils. So a couple well-known rivalries there and a couple new ones as well. All right, guys, you know the drill here. We go through the first 3 games, see how it's going, and if it's not going well, we'll make some line changes. But as of now, we've made the playoffs with this lineup so far, so I think we just got to roll with it. Montreal's a good team, but they're beatable, of course. So let's go through the first 3 games. Bing, big loss. Bing, big OT win, and a big 1-0 win. Okay. We're up 2-1. Let's go through again. Let's keep it going, okay? The sim's hot for us. Let's keep it going here. 3-1. Finish them off. A 1-0 loss. Oh my god, all these games are close. Let's get them now before it gets pushed to Game 7. Okay. I'm not touching the lineup here. Boston, I know you can do it. What else would we have expected out of a Montreal-Boston first-round playoff series? Can't get much better than this. Game 7, let's get into it here. Montreal's got a couple power plays. We killed them off, which is good, and we're out shooting them somehow. That should not happen. 3 power plays, and they finally capitalized. Actually, it wasn't on the power play, but Patches beats Tuukka Rask. They're up 1. Come on, Boston. You've got more shots. Time for us to get some power plays, Refi. Come on. Hook us up. That's 4 for them, 0 for us. There you go. Finally, there's one. Gotta make them pay, boys. Gotta. They've even up the shots too. Carey Price standing on his head. Both goalies actually playing well. 3rd period. Okay. Do it. Not for me. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for the viewers. Do it for Bobby. Do it for Bobby, Boston. Okay? Don't. I accidentally skipped the period. And we lost. Okay. Well, that was fun. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh, I don't think that had anything to do with it. Andrew Shaw beats Rask from the far hash marks there and ices us. Luckily, Bruins fans won't have to worry about facing and potentially losing to Montreal in the first round because Montreal stinks this year and they will make the playoffs. Let's go through the rest of the playoffs here. Let's sim through and see who takes the cake this year. Pens 3-peat. Oh my god, unbelievable. Why can't they 3-peat when I take control of them, huh? I swear they've won the Stanley Cup like at least 2 or 3 times while I've been doing these all trade accepted videos, and of course it's never the time where I'm actually controlling them. So, congrats Penguins on your 3-peat, you're a dynasty, yada yada yada. I'm sick of it, okay? We need a new champion, alright? Hoping it was Boston, but apparently it's not going to play out that way. Oh my god, it was a rematch of the finals. And the freaking Vegas Golden Knights actually almost made it to the finals. Only to get swept by the Preds, and the Penguins still dominated the Preds. Made quicker work of them than last year, actually. Well, we lost to the... We didn't even lose to the eventual winner. We lost to the loser of the whatever. We're losers, basically. And let's look at the hardware. You guys all know the team trophies. Let's look at the individuals. Stamkos with the Art Ross. Crosby with the heart. Okay, interesting. It's actually one of the few times in the sim, in the series, where the point leader doesn't get the heart, so it's good diversity. I like that. Norris goes to Burnsy. He had the most points. Lady Bing to Philip Kessel. All right, so Pence took home a lot of hardware. Calder to Brock Besser. Okay, good to see the kid. Conn Smythe to Matt Murray. Man, he must have stood on his head. Vasilevsky. I called it. There's the one win I'll take away from this episode. Jennings as well. Masterton to Bogosian. Selke to Bergeron. The Bergeron trophy to Bergeron. How many times do I have to say that joke in this series? Alright guys, that about wraps this episode up. Another disappointing one. First round exits. I mean, I'm happy we made the playoffs, but in the end, we need to start going a little bit deeper in the playoffs. A lot of trades this episode, so we couldn't really complain about that. Congrats again to the Penguins for their three-peat. I'm sick of you though. I'm going to take you down eventually. One of these days, one of these teams, I'm going to take you down. Guys, if you have any suggestions on what team you want to see me use next in this series, please drop them in the comments below. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And until next one, I'll see you guys then.